what are we going to do about the crime epidemic in Los Angeles? And by the crime epidemic, I really mean Seth Rogen and YouTube's own Casey Neistat going at it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. They have a nice little Twitter back and forth. We can pop a picture up.
I'm going to pull it up.
And show that.
It actually is kind of friendly.
It's not antagonistic really in any way. I think that if you're someone who's from Los Angeles, we have someone from Los Angeles here. Both of them are clearly living in Los Angeles. Casey used to live in New York. Obviously, that's when he was, doing all these amazing vlogs and really like making vlogging a lifestyle for people. Like all these people who are vlogging right now are doing it because of Casey. Casey started vlogging. He did the vlog every single day. I mean, it's unbelievable what he did. So if you hate vlogs, you blame Casey Neistat. If you love them, then you should thank him. But he revolutionized a form of storytelling on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he was exceptional at it. So he basically, his like kid's car got broken into in LA. He tweets out, I'm hoping we can get that
I think
up.
his car got broken into, and he had stuff for his daughter's birthday, I think is what he was saying. That's what I think, if I'm not mistaken. Mark's pulling it up right now.
So basically, our cars got robbed this morning because Los Angeles is a crime-riddled third world shithole of a city, but tremendous appreciation and gratitude to the hardworking officers of the LAPD West LA who not only arrested the motherfuckers, but they got all of our stolen goods back. Okay. Now, that is what Casey said. Now, what's his face? Seth Rogen responds. He goes, dude, I've lived here for 20 years. You're nuts. Haha. It's lovely here. Don't leave anything valuable in it, meaning the car. It's called living in a big city. And then Casey goes, I can be mad though, right? I feel so violated. And Seth goes, you can be mad, but I guess I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself. And I've never really felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. Once a guy accidentally left a cool knife in my car. So it keeps happening. You might get a little treat. And Casey goes, I didn't get any treats. He just took the decorations for my daughter's 7th birthday and left bloody handprints. Serious question. How did your car get broken into 15 times? And he goes, I lived in West Hollywood for 20 years and parked on the street. Also, sucks that your shit was stolen, but LA is not some shithole as far as big cities go. It has a lot going for it. Okay. Couple things going on right now. I think right-wing folks need a new Chrissy Teigen. And unfortunately for Seth, he tweets enough with the opinions that he has where he's about to be that. And I don't know if Seth realizes it, but they're making him that.
Right.
He seems to be tweeting on any big cultural moments. He seems to be sharing an opinion and having it. He might be high, making fucking places to roll your weed up and sell them on the internet, thinking he don't give a fuck, making movies, doing this kind of stuff. But what's going to happen is right-wing people right-wing Twitter need a Hollywood celeb to hate. And he shares all the opinions of the people they like to hate.
Right.
And he engages with
everyday people. He goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And he's getting tons of positive feedback too. So I'm sure all of like his friends that are in Hollywood are like, yeah, tell him our city's not that bad, etc. That's what I did. Like to make the argument for him, when I was on Rogan and Rogan was like, New York is whack, I was like, no, it's not. It's fucking great. Yeah. I would defend my city too. Yeah. People were saying New York is falling apart, and I was like, bro, this is New York. Like this is kind of what it looks like. Now, I also understand Casey, which he sees frustration in getting his car broken into. He also probably sees LA, the landscape of LA, looking a little bit differently post-pandemic and even during the pandemic. We see all these videos popping out of people getting robbed while they're eating. Yeah. Very casual robberies. Like, if this is the way to get rid of the, eating in the street thing, then that's the perfect way to do it. Like, if that's how the city wanted to shut down outdoor dining, like, New York, they gave the ability to have all the people in the street. Like, the way to do it is just have a few videos of people just getting robbed for their watches while they're eating a fucking smoothie or something like that. I'm eating inside. Here's a video right here. We'll play it. Now, this is 100% a setup. Like, 100% this is set up, but whatever. We'll talk about that later.
So he just pulls up with the gun, with the extendo clip, I think.
And, he got the extendo clip, and then he just takes both their watches, they go back to eating, and then they're out of there.
And these people at this table don't even know.
Nobody has a fucking clue.
It's inside.
Oh, yeah, they went inside. Wow, that's wild. Anyway, point being is that I think Seth is about to become this next version, right? So he should be very careful about that because you know what? Young conservative kids, they like his movies too. They like that humor. Yeah. Right? So I don't think that he wants to become this like very polarizing political figure when he probably doesn't even care. I don't know what he really cares about, but I'm sure he cares more about like making movies than he does like making arguments about whether L.A. has enough crime or doesn't.
Yeah.
Also, this argument of like it's just life in a big city. It's like, when does that stop? It's like when people are just punching Asians in the head. Is that, this is life in a big city.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, don't Asian? Hey, it's life. And when they're beating up Jews and fucking hey,
Yeah.
it's life in a big city.
People do the exact opposite when they talk about America's problems. They'll be like, America, there's like racism here and blah, blah, blah.
This is life in America.
This is America, man.
Just life
get
in
used to
America.
it, man. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's a very...
Which I don't think should be the response. It should be like, oh, yeah, it's a great place, but we should try to improve it.
We can approve getting your shit stolen.
Yeah.
But I also understand people being defensive over a city that they live in that is being kind of used in a culture war to showcase that like defunding the police is bad and that Democrat-run cities are shitty.
Yeah.
Right? And I guarantee you, I don't guarantee, but my suspicion is if Casey Neistat did not compliment the police, Seth Rogen doesn't respond.
I don't know.
I think it's
just
the
trashing the city.
I think it's a combination of calling the city a shithole and complimenting the police because those tap into two things.
I think it's the city a shithole, and I also think the one tweet that I thought was telling when he was like, I guess I just don't view a car as an extension of myself. Where a lot of people, you get your car broken into, they feel violated.
Mm-hmm.
To him, it's like you leave a fucking jacket somewhere and someone steals it. Or like you leave an umbrella somewhere and someone steals it. It's like, all right, it's just a thing. You took it. That's fine. Why are you acting so fucking crazy about it?
Yeah.
You don't insult my city because of a fucking car break. And who cares?
Yeah.
You still got the car. I think that's how he's saying. People who fucking love cars and like, that's my baby, every one of them be like, yo, that's fucked up.
Also,
man.
having kids,
Sorry.
I think, plays a role, too.
Yeah,
like, you get your shit broken into
true.
and they steal something that belongs to your kids that affects your kids. All of a sudden, you're not dealing with your car. You're dealing with an extension of, like, your family and, like...
And Seth
You let
didn't know that
someone
at
near
first
your
either.
kids.
Say again?
You let someone near your kids.
Yeah, exactly. Which
robbery, but still.
it psychologically fucks you up. Whereas, like, if you don't have kids, it's like I don't have kids. If someone broke into my car, I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah.
And Casey also is, I think, a fairly left dude. Like, he was very vocally against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He said he voted for Biden in 2020. Like, this is a guy that's not like some Republican spokesperson thanking the cops.
Right. But their their public conversation is being used in this culture.
Yes,
war,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
And I think that, unfortunately, for both of them, like, I don't know, Casey never seemed like the most political figure, but I'm not a big Casey fan, so I don't know. I don't really know.
I know he had one vlog that he said it the wrong way, but he was very like, if you are voting for Trump, you are co-signing racism, misogyny, blah blah blah.
Right.
He said some shit like that. He was pretty.
So they probably agree on political shit.
Yeah.
So I think Casey's trying to be objective, going like, "Yo, I've lived here. The city looks worse than it did.
Yep.
We should probably do something to change it." And here's Dove, you're from LA. You've experienced LA. Talk to me.
Absolutely different in the last few years.
Really?
Absolutely, notably, and it's on both sides. So before they were like, okay, the homeless population, that's growing. The police aren't really policing that. The pandemic kind of pushed that forward, but the voting in of this district attorney, which for folks that want to know what really changes your city makeup, he was also the DA of San Francisco. George, piece of fucking garbage, Gascon, go fuck your own face. Came to LA.
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Won't prosecute people in the same way. And I mean, like, I'm all for, drug crimes, things like that, or, misdemeanors in that sense. But when it comes to crimes and knowing that you can get away with shit, it's open season.
So in other words,
like violent crimes not getting prosecuted the same is what you're saying.
We don't know. I don't know if is that what you're saying.
No, violent. He's against that. He wants a different type of reform. He's really dovish.
So the prosecution of a specific crime, if you're believing what Dove is saying, would either promote or inhibit you doing that crime if you are a criminal. Mm-hmm. In other words, right now you see a lot of these videos of people running into a CVS, so they run into a Walgreens and they take a bunch of things. And I think that's basically because like all crime under $900, all theft is you get a citation. Mm-hmm. It's not looked at as a felony.
Yeah,
right.
And he's been an advocate against cash bail. So people that commit something, I mean, they're just out right away instead of like holding them. And I mean, a lot of these offenders, you're hearing stories like committing 5 crimes in a week, and they just know they're going to be out. So.
Yeah. So I guess, that's frustrating. And then I'm not going to be somebody who sits here and goes, yeah, I understand how a district attorney affects the city. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
But I do understand how the penalty for an illegal activity could change my willingness to do it.
Right.
Given I really needed something.
Right.
For example, let's say I need $500 to make rent, right? And I could steal $500 worth of shit from Walgreens that I could resell, or I could rob someone on the street. Robbing someone on the street, That's different.
Yeah.
I might go to jail for that.
Yeah.
But if I know all I gotta do is pay a citation for stealing this shit from Walgreens,
100%.
Yeah. And they're not going to go against you. You try to rob someone, they might fight you. They could kill you. They could have a knife.
yeah.
Go on to CVS and you can just walk out.
And it's easy to not feel bad for CBS. It's easy to be like, I'm robbing a fucking billion-dollar corporation, not some guy going to his job. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, that sounds.
That's why those videos, I think we were talking about this yesterday a little bit, but that's why those videos of people getting like robbed while they're eating.
Yeah.
That's why those videos are so profound. Like, it's because when you see someone rob a Louis Vuitton store, there's part of you that's also like, man, fuck Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. I don't see myself in Louis Vuitton. Are you
Yeah,
crazy?
like, no, you're too expensive for me. I can't afford you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on some Robin Hood shit. It's like, finally.
Steal from the rich.
I wish I had the balls to steal some Louis Vuitton.
Boom.
It's like a bank robber movie. Like, I love living through that guy.
You eating a burger and fries, a motherfucker comes up to you while you're on a date with your girl, takes your watch. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
Bro, that shit's emasculating, bro.
Yeah.
I like watches. I like burgers and fries. I got a girl.
Yep.
That might happen. So Ann takes your girl's watch, too.
Son.
Yeah, it's like, you know
what
I paid for that.
Come on, yo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
you're
my
robbing me
first nice
twice.
watch. I saw this. I was like, bro, I can't go eating on that with this watch in LA. I got to put on a fucking calculator
What if someone
watch.
wants my Apple Watch? What if they want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it could happen.
Yeah.
At any time.
They could just walk into Apple. It's less than $900. Bro. Just walk into Apple, take that shit right off the fucking what is it, the counter or whatever it is? What is
Yeah,
it? Those
the-
little
Yo, hey,
The
real
Genius
talk. If you
Bar.
want a
The
fucking
Genius Bar.
iPhone 11, just go get that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Sprint out the store. What they gonna do?
Yeah, it's tricky. I totally understand if you're someone from LA, you feel more affected by this, why you'd be upset, and why you would rally to the people defending you, right? The people that are out there going, yo, we need to do something about the crime. Yo, we need to do something about the homeless. Yo, we need to do something. And then you see a guy like Seth Rogen who probably lives, I would assume, in an area where he doesn't have to deal with as much of this stuff. And he's just going, life is good.
Yeah, I don't blame his perspective either, because like he's insulated from it.
Yeah.
Like,
But you can't blame him for not knowing.
yeah.
You can blame, like, if you know for a fact. I think this is why there's so much resentment for the Hollywood elites, if you will, by like the right wing Twitter brigade, is because they're like, you benefit from all this shit we fight for. Like, we don't want to pay a lot in taxes. You don't.
Yeah.
You got these tax attorneys, they're finding ways where you get to skip out on fucking taxes, and then you're going to shit on us for saying we want lower taxes.
Yeah.
Right? You talking about I mean, this is almost like a hacky example, but you talking about the build the wall shit, and it's just like, you have your little walls. You know, you have your little walls that block off your fucking gated communities. Those walls work for you, but you're going to shit on us and call us racist for wanting to build a wall.
Yeah.
I think there's another one about I forget exactly what it was, but the idea is like all the things that we get criticized, the right wing motherfuckers, they're going, all the things we get criticized for, you actually profit from, and you enable in your own lives. So who the fuck are y'all to criticize us?
And I guess they would say conversely, the things you advocate for, you don't got to deal with. So like if you're advocating for like, oh, like open border, like no one's illegal,
Yes.
it's like, yeah, you live in a place where it's all white people in a gated community.
Oh, it was the security thing. It was like, yeah, we should defund the police, and it's like, well, you have private
You have
security.
private security, yeah.
No one's touching you no matter what.
Yeah.
So the people that actually might need the police, now they're getting fucked.
Yeah.
You will never get fucked. You'll never get touched. So you can be this advocate for all these things that don't affect you in any way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, shut your fucking mouth.
But I get their perspective because like they're living their life through their lens and they put themselves in this position where they worked hard and got all this money and they're able to afford all these luxuries that like
They
maybe
don't
it's
work hard. Actors, maybe
Son,
Seth
you do
Rogen.
nothing.
Seth Rogen writes.
He writes and he
I
produces.
give Seth
yeah.
Rogen credit.
Yeah.
If you write, if you direct, if you just act, you don't work hard.
Yeah.
That's why you
Channing
liberal.
Tatum not working. Motherfucker, once he stopped dancing, that motherfucker stopped working. When he was dancing in those movies, that's work.
Yeah.
You choreography, you know, all that
Magic
kind of
Mikey
stuff,
was
like,
working.
that was
WERK.
work. Put
Yeah.
that motherfucker back on the pole, yo.
Yo.
I don't want to hear about this shit.
Yeah.
But if you put yourself in a position where you're insulated from life, it's like, yeah, I get why you have that perspective.
Yes.
Like you become out of touch because you put yourself out of touch because being in touch is hard.
But does being out of touch absolve you from criticism for your perspective?
Not necessarily. Like I empathize with it and I get it because like I'm probably out of touch with the shit on a global level.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course
mean?
we are.
So I'm like, I get it. Like I'm not really actively working to understand the.
I get it, but he can still be criticized, and maybe that criticism will have him open his eyes and go, "Oh shit, maybe there's something going on right here."
Yeah.
It's just saying, it's easy. It's easy when you're chilling on your fucking massive. I don't know where he lives or how he lives,
Yeah.
but it's easy if you're chilling in the hills on your estate and you have a pool and you're looking over the city, and from above the city look all right.
Yeah.
You know, LA looks fine from above.
Yeah.
You know, it looks beautiful. It looks like there's no crime going on.
At least the
Nobody's
robberies
homeless.
are quiet now.
It's
You know what I
quiet.
mean? Like they're so
Everything's good.
yeah.
I also
100%.
think he caught some left-wing criticism for this too because he was detached from society. He's judging the struggles of everyday people.
And that's
et
a Chrissy
cetera.
Teigen thing.
And that's the. I think this is the perfect Twitter story because it lets everybody be outraged. Yeah. Because if you're left or right, you can be outraged at Seth Rogen. You're so out of touch. And then if you're left, you can be outraged with Casey Neistat. How can you call it a third world shithole? That's too strong. Some like feminist spokesperson came out and was like, the wording was too mean. It's like, bruh,
You're not
he just
supposed
got
to
his
use third
car.
world.
Yeah, you got your car broken into, but still be PC. Your
Yeah.
daughter's 7th birthday is ruined, but you need to make sure you're not you're not insensitive toward an inanimate object of a city.
I had the who was it? Oh, I gotta keep the name private. But they said their reaction was you can't call it third world because the cops wouldn't come. What do you mean third world? You got your shit back.
Yeah.
The cops ain't coming to help you, and you definitely ain't getting your fucking
That's
shit
second
back.
at least. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like
yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
This is the most first world shit that the cops would actually arrest the people that stole your shit out
Yeah.
your car, and you would get everything back.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
only happens exclusively in the nicest parts of the first world.
Yeah, or if you're rich in the third world. So Casey Neistat might have got it anywhere because he's rich as fuck.
Yeah.
But that's it. Everybody else, I was gonna
Yeah.
arrest a guy, but he bribed me. So what
So
can
you
you do?
don't even get your kids back when they're stolen in the third world. I don't know if you getting your shit back. You know what I mean? Like that's a maybe in the third world.
yeah.
You get your kids stolen in Mexico,
Yeah.
you better have the money.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Latin American third world. I'm talking Asian American third world.
Oh,
That's
India?
yeah. That's the
They're
third
gonna
world
know
I
who
know.
took your shit.
Oh, if you're rich, you're taking care. You're fine. We'll take care of everything.
Really?
If you're rich, if you're politically connected, you're good. Like your life is good. You're protected.
Even if you get robbed, they're gonna get your stuff back.
I think so. We
Wow.
probably got. I think I stayed in a place with like armed guards outside.
Would people be less likely to rob from a rich person because they go, oh, there's gonna be hell to pay
Yeah.
for this? I could just rob from like a slightly richer person than me that doesn't have shit anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then cops
100%.
don't give a fuck.
But yeah, I think the conservative reaction to this is to look at someone like Seth Rogen and be like, yo, this guy's a piece of shit. Like he hates the regular people, he hates conservatives, like blah blah blah.
I think that's unfair.
And I'm like,
That's unfair.
if you're in his spot, you probably think the same thing. I don't think he's an evil person.
I literally.
I just think he's out of touch.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit out of touch, and I think there's also like an uber defensiveness. Like you ever have your girl criticize something that is true about your mom, and you're like, yo,
Yo, why are you
yeah.
saying that?
Yeah,
I
like,
agree,
chill.
but why are you saying it?
yeah, like so, like it can be something that is facts. Like my
Yeah.
mom's Brussels sprouts are trash.
Yeah.
And her carrots were awful. But just hearing my girl be like, yeah, like I tried to pick up the carrot and
Yo,
like,
yo,
the
yo,
fork
yo,
went
yo,
right
yo,
through
yo.
it. And I'm like, yo. I'll ball my fists right now and keep talking about my mom's trash ass
to be
carrots.
Chris
That's
Breezy
my
in here.
mom's
What are you
trash ass carrots. Yeah. So I think there's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker lived there for a while, put the time in, sees everybody shitting on his city. Just like how I felt with New York. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I don't even care if motherfuckers getting robbed nonstop. That's New York. Don't get robbed, stupid.
Also, if you went through it and you made it, you look at that guy like, yo, shut the fuck up with your little complaining.
Yeah.
Like your parents who made it through tougher shit than you and wherever they're from, when you complain about stuff, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How many times has happened to me?
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
it. That's not an excuse.
You
Big
did do
deal.
that with New York, big time.
yes.
People were like, Rick Moranis just got punched on the Upper West Side. You're like, yo,
bro.
check your back,
Head
Rick.
on a sweat bone. Come on, Rick. You know what I mean? Honey,
You've
I
been here too
slumped
long.
the kid.
Not-
Real talk. I did do that, man. We
Yeah.
always.
Now,
hey,
if Rick Moranis got knocked out in LA, you'd be like, yo, what's wrong with this
LA's
city?
falling apart.
What this?
LA's falling apart. Now, isn't Seth Rogen from Vancouver or some shit?
He's
Yo,
Canadian,
yo,
yes.
Yeah,
He's
don't
Canadian.
talk about Vancouver, bro.
Yo,
Come
my
on.
bad. You're wrong. That's where I took down that creed.
International butt munch. That's all
Hey,
right.
we out here, dogs. We out here.